First of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming out and fighting the traffic to come to Hartsfield Agent Training. It's a monthly training we hold every third Thursday of the month. And what we'd like to do is bring in people at no cost to real estate agents, is to introduce them to ways to improve their business. So whether that is landscaping, which Bogle Garden Services will be here in May to tell you how to landscape. But today what I did is, look, when I moved here from Denver 4 years ago, there were a lot of agent websites that were poorly put together and no video and pictures that were taken with an iPhone. And so as I looked at the quality, I said, there's got to be a way to improve Northwest Arkansas's quality. So what I did today is brought in Body Hype Productions, and they do commercials for us as well. So I'd like to show you just a brief second of that.
Hey, Moses. What's your favorite color? Purple. Why you had that purple bow? Because I like purple bows, whatever.
Need money for your next home loan? Let Cinte Mortgage help you get into your new home fast.
All right, so I'm Michelle, and I'm with Body Hype Productions. Thanks for coming. So Chad asked us about a year and a half ago to help him with some commercials. And it was a really fun client to have because Chad's not afraid to do some, inventive marketing, have fun. So we basically got to work with him, come up with some creative concepts, and produce this for him. So we did 2 last year, or three last year. So I have them in the presentation and I can show you. But he was nice enough to invite us to come here so we could show you what we do. But let me go ahead and get that up here and we can get going. So first of all, let me get this up here. I just want to ask you guys, before Chad had us come here today, had you ever heard of us? Had you? Yes, yes, you had. Yeah, so we're just So we're a small agency. Currently, there's just 3 of us. So we are located in downtown Rogers. And here's a quick little video that we created just to give you a quick preview of who we are. So on the next one, we'll turn on the light so you can see a little better. So that's a quick introduction. We basically do all things video. Currently, we do a lot of commercials. We produced and created our own TV show a while ago. But recently, we've gotten a little bit into doing some real estate stuff. And so I was really appreciated Chad inviting us because that's what we currently had worked on. So let me show you some examples, or let me figure out how to use this presentation thing. All right, so just real quick, I'm Michelle Hammarstrom. I'm the creative director. I love to travel, love my family, and I just love the art of a good story. So I just always love listening to talk radio, anything. I just love listening to it. So I was graphic designer for years. That's actually where I met Rob's wife, who's here. I was the graphic designer, art director at Catapult, doing shopper marketing for years. But I always miss doing video because there's a lot more to it and you can tell a lot more of a story with it. My husband was the one that started our company, so he's the executive director. But he is, whatever he does, he totally focuses on it. He's an avid biker, and he also is an avid cameraman. He's always watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to be better. He's not here today, but he's out shooting actually a TV show. And then Miguel is someone we partnered with in the last year, and he had done a TV show with my husband years ago, and he's just a perfectionist. He'll work on something until you just basically have to say, stop moving the lights, because he loves lighting everything. He just never stops moving. So while we're here, like I said at the beginning, Chad invited us to be here because we helped him out last year and he liked what we did. Chad is one of the smartest clients we had as far as he thought about how that commercial could also be used on social media. So we can show a quick preview of what we did for his video. He used this in a movie theater, so there's a lot of times, or a lot of people don't think to actually use your video at the beginning of the movie to try to market, but it worked really well for him, and so we kind of played off of it being a movie theme.
At our house, it's practice time. At our house, it's soccer time. At our house, it's movie time.
So cute.
At our house, it's baby planning time.
At our house, it's tea time. Where's he eating? It's sport time. My house, I'm a fireman.
Owning a home means there's a time and place for everything.
Dollars. I like money. I like money.
Need money for your next home loan? Let Cinte Mortgage help you get into your new home fast.
So anyhow, that has a bunch of little stories in it, and so the great thing about it is that there was outtakes that we were able to actually use, and then there was also just those individual bits that were great for social media, just being short little things that got people thinking about what they could, or the reason why they should own a house. So we'll just show one of these short clips.
Dollars. I like money. I like money.
Need money for your next home loan? Let Cinte Mortgage help you get into your new home fast.
So the funny thing about that was my neighbor's kid, and we did not tell him to do that. He was just watching TV, didn't plan money coming on the screen. We're just like, sit and watch the movie. We're just getting some shots, and he did that, and he cracks me up. We got a few of them. We got another one with him talking about his sister wearing purple, and it was pretty funny. So anyhow, I could show, we've done quite a few of those for Chad, so I'm not going to show them all. For some reason, it won't go down once I start playing a video. So I'm going to do this. Apparently, you got to practice these things. Okay, so this one right here is where we started with Chad. And they were based off of just being funny. Like, he just wanted people to remember his name and come up with these concepts that had been... Yeah. You can go on our website, and we have these in our YouTube channel. We have all these videos that we did for Chad. But this first one we'll play for you. And Chad wanted something that kind of looks like one of those moments where, like, if people captured you in it, they might judge you. But he wanted to emphasize that, you know, no matter what financial situation or what you come into them, they won't judge you. They'll see it through. But he did this in a funny way.
Charlie!
What?
Have student loan debt and need a home loan? Fairway Mortgage doesn't judge. We figure it out.
I was thirsty.
So it was off the concept, like, they thought he caught him peeing, but really he was drinking lemonade. So it was kind of a wacky concept, but it was fun to do. Like, we've never had a client, you know, wanting to go and do something quite as playful. And this is the last one I'll show you.
I heard that there's good.
The popcorn is gonna be so much better.
It's gonna be lit.
Oh my gosh, these movies are so good.
Yes, so excited.
Hey, you got the tickets?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's some popcorn money.
Oh, almost forgot. Here's some brownies from the bake sale.
Well, what do we have here?
Have student loan debt and need a home loan? Fairway Mortgage doesn't judge. We figure it out.
They're just brownies.
They're just brownies. Those from a bake sale. So, yes. So the fun thing about that is we actually got a police officer to come and do that for us. And because we were like, well, how are we going to find a fake police car? And, we were stressing about it at the last minute. I can't remember exactly who ended up hooking us up with that guy. But he had a fun night hanging out with us in front of the theater.
Well,
All right, so now I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So how are you creating video content right now? Are you guys doing video? No. A little
Put
bit.
Barrett on there. And,
I
do
saw
some
that.
stuff.
That was
He's
cute.
a mortgage expert.
He is. He did really good, and he was directed well. So, as a real estate agent, there's a lot of options. You can do listings. You can do drone video of the properties, company overviews, testimonials. See a lot of people do like Facebook Lives of open houses just to kind of drag people in there. A lot of people say you should do video blogging, which is I'm more likely to watch a video than read about a blog, but you don't even have to have our fancy camera or whatever to do that. If you set up your phone and just, if you learn something great or something that day you learned that really helped your client sell their house or some way to connect them with this buyer and seller, it's just a good way to get your your knowledge out there to show you know what you're talking about. And then also, a lot of people like to do live things where they can have people type in questions and answer. The production on those aren't quite as fancy as what we normally do, but they're valid and they definitely have their purpose. So if you're not doing video, this is why you should. It is one of the most powerful tools in their marketing arsenal, and it's becoming the number one way to generate conversions. They say video is 64%. Says after viewing a video, 64% of viewers are more likely to make an online purchase, and including video on the landing page can increase conversion by 80%. So it's a pretty big deal. Like your landing page, and I'll talk a little more about that, needs to have a little motion and action on there, just to tell your story more. There's different ways of doing that, and then video, if it isn't part of your marketing strategy, you will need to in the future to remain competitive. It's the fastest growing segment of marketing online. And then real estate videos, they say alone, you have 403% more inquiries than those who do not have video. So the market, unfortunately, has been great where a lot of people didn't even have to do that much to sell a house. It's been a seller's market for a while, but I think things are cooling down a little bit to where you are going to have to kind of.
I had a friend in Colorado, he owned, I just looked to make sure it had the right name, Cinema Realty.
Mm-hmm.
He went from about $4.5 million a year in listings and sales,
Mm-hmm.
over 40 in 1 year. So he took all pictures off his website and allow his agents to do video only.
Mm-hmm.
Went through the roof.
Yeah. It is a big deal. And there's, with drones these days, I mean, you can do some great videos. So,
Go ahead.
I was just going to show some real estate specific videos that we have done. Like 2 years ago, we did one for Burnett Real Estate, and they had this development. They wanted to sell houses, but they had no houses built. They hadn't even put a sign on the property yet. It's right behind your house. So they wanted us to create this video, but there was nothing to show. So that was really challenging. And so we created this video, had to come up with a logo, which I'm not even sure they kept using. But we had to create something.
They didn't. See, it's changed.
Did it change? Yeah. But it's 30 seconds, so I'll show you real quick. Oh, dang. I'll figure this thing out, right? Oh, there we go. We did it. so busy that they really didn't say they had time to do more videos because they were just trying to keep up with the business they got. So they definitely invested a lot on online and making sure their website was up to date and everything. But more recently, we did this video, which this lady, her husband is in TV, and a lot of what my husband and I do are commercials, TV commercials. We do up to like 10 a month, and for Cox Media. And so this client's husband was in TV, and she's like, "You're doing a commercial. Nobody's doing commercials for real estate agents." And if you think about it, nobody really is. Like, I've never seen a real estate agent around here doing a commercial. So in some respects, I think that's good because you're not in a saturated market and you're more likely to be remembered. Plus, you can repurpose that online and use it on your social media. So they came up with this concept, and it's a little cheesy. We didn't write the concept. We shoot a lot for Cox, and they'll do the editing. But this was all shot by us.
Selling a home is complicated. You'll need to market it right to draw prospective buyers. You'll need to make repairs and then set an appropriate price that will sell without losing your investment. That's why you need a realtor with a personal touch. Victoria Watson at Collier & Associates. Victoria knows the struggles of selling a home and will do the little things needed to get you the best offer for your home. So connect with Victoria Watson today, because behind the red front door, you'll find white-gloved treatment.
But she went and gave us a review on Facebook, and she had a great time working with us. And it's on cable, so it's one of those things. She can, target HGTV. She can target anything with that commercial. So I think TV, a lot of people forget about it, but I think at the same time, because not that many people are doing it, it's actually kind of not a bad idea.
So that's on TV?
Yeah.
She puts that on the air?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's awesome.
So this is my last thing I'll show you as far as making you guys watch videos. But this was an example of what made me want to meet someone like Edwin, because I had this Craig Hall. He's a real estate agent. He's been one of the first original 7 commercial real estate agents in the area. So he is like, goodness, almost 70. He's been doing it a long time.
I'm in a contract with him right now.
I love Craig.
Yeah.
He's like my other dad or something. So I love him, and I'm like, you gotta do something. Like, he decided to partner with some people and come up with an Osage group, so it's not just him, and he can work with people. That his website is horrible, so I at least got him to do a video. Right now, we've got some bids in with him to try to update his website, but he is so cheap. But the good thing about him is he's been around so long and has so many relationships. He really does know marketing, and he has business because he has really invested his time in the relationships and knowing the different committee boards and so at the end of the day, marketing yourself by just being involved in everything and having relationships is really going to get you there, but all of the other stuff is definitely going to help too. Some other stuff recently that's house related, but it's not necessarily a real estate video. House furniture. It's a really high-end furniture place. We got to do all their commercials recently, and you're showing off interior spaces with really nice furniture, and they're super picky. And we've got to do their commercials, and the creative director that we worked with is Melissa, and she said we did a fabulous job, and they were super happy. So this is just one we had to mock up and fake a living room. Exactly. I think staging is one thing that people don't do as much around here, which I think there's a big need for that. And like he said, the photos aren't that great, and then they could be even better if they were staged. Yes, and my biggest advice on taking pictures, if people do them on their phone, I just want to say, Craig is one example. Do not take them vertical, because I feel like vertical photos, you know, if you're showing something, it's a land or a house, horizontal is just going to work better on web or anything. So if you still want to take your own photos, my biggest advice today is take horizontal photos. Because for video, you need it horizontal, because some of those we can repurpose, or if you want to do a quick like slideshow kind of thing, a horizontal picture is going to work a lot better. My last thing, I just wanted to throw out something for people to think about, is we've been doing TV shows for Cox Media that are subject-based. So right now we're on our second episode of doing a wedding series. So we basically find the venue, the decorator, the photographer, and figure out a team that likes to work together, go show off each of those businesses and create a show that shows off all of them. And then they can take their individual segments and also share that on social media or share it online. But they're also part of something bigger, a bigger story. And they can all help each other share that out. So we didn't want to rig springs. We're working on one with Sassafras right now. But Cox Media is dying to have content. They've got their own station, and they have a lot of businesses out there that they figure can kind of connect in some kind of a story. And I think real estate's a valid one that could be, you know, Chad partnering with a real estate agent, partnering with the lawn guy, like all telling their stories and saying how that was a successful partnership for them, and then also having those stories to share online. So that's just something we've started doing with those weddings, and then we also did Untapped, which is a beer. We go to different breweries and just tell their stories. And next week we're going to be shooting there's a monastery down by Mount Magazine that makes beer. So these monks are making beer, and we get to go shoot them making beer at a monastery. It's going to be super cool. So we do that kind of stuff too, but that's something people don't really think about, or they don't know how to, like, the idea of you going out and creating a TV show seems super unattainable. But the great thing about what they're kind of doing is they figure out how to share that cost between a lot of people, and they also find people that want to do commercials on that are going to pay to be sponsors on that and make it more affordable too. So it's been kind of a neat thing we've been involved in.
If you've ever considered a destination wedding, then you don't want to miss I Do, hosted by Sierra Scott on Cox's Your View. Join Sierra as she learns from the experts what it takes to have your very own destination wedding, set against the beautiful and historic charm of Eureka Springs, Arkansas. From incredible venues to planning and decorating to capturing the all-special moments and breathtaking gowns, I Do takes you on a journey you won't want to miss. I Do, brought to you by Mathis Outlet in Springdale, only on Cox's Your View channel 2076.
Mathis paid for a lot of the production just to be the sponsor on that. You know, they all paid a little bit, but it's a neat story overall. So we do drone. We are not certified, but we have a guy we work with. So if you do need drone videos, we can do that, and he can edit stuff together. We have an example. It's on our YouTube page. You can watch. We can do photos as well, and his packages start around $150. But you know, if you want something that's a little more detailed or has inside, we can come in and help do the shots inside the house and partner with him and do the outside shots and, you know, put typography with it. But we have different packages available if you're interested. We do photography. We've done stuff for, you know, a lot of times when you're shooting videos, people are like, I would love to have some shots of my customers or this. And our cameras, as you can see with his, doesn't really look like a video camera. And a lot of times they're just as good at taking photos, so it's not really that much work if we're out doing a video shoot to snap some photos. But we've done event captures for the largest sponsor at BFF last year. So we do. You can go out and capture photos and help them with their social media. And then we did a shareholder a couple years ago doing green screen for them. It's a lot of work, a lot of editing, but we did that, and we have green screen, so we have that capability. And overall, we've had a lot of these clients over the years. Because I worked at Catapult up there, that's how I was able to partner with Mars on a lot of projects, and ConAgra was one of ours, Crayola. But just over the years, we've just done a lot of them, and Cox Media is who gives us a lot of our work. So they go out and sell it, and we produce it. So we're kind of more of a production house. that's why, let me click. So even though we're a production house, we've found that, at the end of the day, we want our video to go out there and go out right. And we haven't really had the capabilities to handle all that ourselves because we are small. So we have partnered with professionals in the area to figure out how to make that happen for our client because we can't do everything and we don't really want to take on the responsibility of hiring a huge team. So recently I partnered with Rockstep Creative or Consulting. He was going to be here today, but he couldn't. But we created this lady came to me, wanted a video, and I was like, well, where are you going to put your video? She didn't have a website, so she needed a website. And then she needed help with her social media, and then she needed a business card that had her new website on it, and then she needed some marketing material to hand out at events. So I have worked with Rockstep to do the website, and I just helped him really with the visuals. He dealt with like the back end and the content and figuring out who to use. But at the end of the day, I went in and put my fingers on it and made it look a little prettier because I'm more of the visual person. He's more of the word guy. But he was the news director for Chat-NWA and loves stories and content. So he comes up with a whole marketing plan, calendar, and he just loves doing that. So, and then we did business cards and that. It's more of graphic design, which is my background. And Jessica Gilbert actually did the business cards for me. She's also doing graphic design for me. But she says the smartest thing she's done was hiring us. And one reason is because we're just a little more affordable. We don't have the overhead of a big agency, and they can kind of cherry pick what they need and do a la carte and just find out what works for them, and not have to deal with all the red tape you kind of go through. So the biggest thing is if you create content, what are you doing with it? Most likely you're going to do hopefully a website like we had to do for her, so she has a place for that to aggregate. Hopefully you're sharing that through social media, and social media is feeding into your website. And then we've had great success with the videos that we've had shared on YouTube have gotten huge, like 21,000 views is the largest we've gotten one of our commercials, but it's because they did YouTube. And then television is nothing to laugh at, it still works. Like if you want to really target hitting the local news or whatever, your videos can work for TV, but also online. And then like Chad did, movie theaters. So now I'm going to have Edwin come up here and talk, and I'm not sure how way long we're going, but Edwin is more of...
It'll take about 5 minutes or less.
Okay. That's what I thought too. But Edwin, so I kind of partnered with on some websites, and he's been doing it way longer than I, and he knows all of the lingo. So thank you, Edwin.
Thank you, Chad, for the invite, and thanks, guys, for letting me present to you today. So, like Michelle explained, we have partnered recently together because I also do video, but I don't do the video at the scale they do. They're the professionals on video, and they do quality work. I mean, I love their storytelling. I can set up the camera and everything, but I cannot direct people. I cannot, you know what I mean? So they do a good job, so thank you. Webflo Design Lab is a company that I founded about 5 years ago. I have been designing websites since probably 1996. I mean, a long time ago. Back in El Salvador, that's where I'm from. I created my first website there for my dad's church. Then I had the opportunity to come here and get a degree in marketing. Joined Harts, worked for them as a store manager, and I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. So then I got, kind of take the plunge and go on my own, and that's how I created Webflo Design Lab. It's been doing really good. So where is this thing? Yeah, that's me already. So who we are, we're a full web design and marketing company based in Springdale, Arkansas. Our goal is fairly simple. It's just to help companies, realtors, anybody to improve their online presence with existing and potential customers. And I said improve because somehow you're already online, whether it's through social media, through a website, or maybe a video, you are there already. So our goal is to help you improve that. and we know how to do that. Our online marketing services can help your business grow by doing this. We build your brand and online presence. We deliver a website experience that your visitors will love. That's key. You want people to go to your website. Most of the time, they're not going to take action the first time. You want them to come back. If they have a bad experience, they're not going to come back. And drive quality traffic to your website. We do that through online marketing. As a realtor, why do you think you need a website? Well, first of all, a website is going to help you to increase credibility. 80% of consumers won't consider a business without a website. They just don't. You have business cards that you hand, networking groups everywhere. Your website needs to be there. Before they call you for something, they're probably going to check your website. It's that easy. I do it all the time. Before I do business, before I go to a restaurant, before anything, I visit a place, I go to the website. So I know what to expect. Your website will help you build awareness and online presence. In 2017, 51% of buyers found the home they purchased online, and 95% searched for homes online. Just think about that. How many people are right now searching for a home? They're not driving around. They're probably sitting on a computer, on their phone, looking for homes. That's where they start. If they like something, yes, they're going to go to the neighborhood and walk around and everything. I mean, it's a big investment, But 95% search for homes online, and 51% of those actually, found the home they like online, not driving around and not through a realtor. Build your brand. Know your company's brand by yourself. Build up yourself. By having your own website, you're creating your online brand. As your website is a direct reflection of your authority, your goals, and services. Many realtors, they have their website, but their website is under the umbrella of the brokerage company they are in, right? They have a page there. But if you realize they also have everybody else's realtors there, and what happened when you're not working with that company, you move to somebody else's, you lose your website. You don't have anything, you have to start all over again. A website will help any realtor communicate better with customers. You can update customers on your newest listings, events, market trends, and more. It's your website. Describes your personality, visions, and goals. It's yours forever. Wherever you go, the website is yours. It doesn't stay with the company. So, very important. This is something also that I found online when I was doing some research about why a real estate needs a website. 51%. Like I said before, they found they bought their home out of a house that they found online. 30% buy their home from a real estate agent, 7% from a signed, a yard and everything. And there's some important statistics there about that. If you see 51%, a well-done website, built on Webflo website can increase your awareness, your authority, and leads faster than any other marketing out there. I have created some real estate websites. One of them is Mission Heights, which is not a realtor, but there's this subdivision in Mission Boulevard in Fayetteville. We created these websites. You can go and visit it. Very nice. Smith & Associates, that's another website that I created. They have several agents, and we create a landing page for each agent, and it connects to IDX. So when people visit there, so now Jason Smith is not sending people to Zillow or homes.com to search for other homes. So right in their website, it's all the homes from the MLS in the area in Northwest Arkansas. But also we make it obvious here are our listings. He shows their own listings on that website. Broad Real Estate, that's another one that is not connected to IDX or something like that. She didn't want that because each agent under Raw Real Estate has their own page, and that's what she's encouraging them. here are some other clients that I have. They're not necessarily, real estate companies, but it just gives you a little bit of how many clients we have or we've been worked with in the past. So once you have your website, what do you do with it? How do you drive traffic to your website? You need online marketing. Online marketing, there are several components that helps on driving quality traffic to your site. The main thing is search engine optimization, or SEO. That is the process of driving organic traffic to your site. That's the process of making sure when somebody's searching for something using some keywords, you want to be on the first page of Google. It's not easy to do, especially as a real estate agent. There's a lot of people competing for that spot, and also you have the big giant company that they spend, a massive amount of money on that. But again, when you build your brand, your name and everything, I want to search for, let's say, Mr. Smith, I know him. When I Google him, I don't want it to be directed to the old website he had under the company, And how do you work on that? Once you have your website, again, you're building your own stuff. It's always going to be there. Through search engine optimization, you can use keywords, like a best real estate agents in Fayetteville, Arkansas, or a new listing home, 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, And you work on all those keywords. So when people are searching for that, we want to make those come up, first, second page of Google. Pay-per-click campaigns, that's something that we can do. I'm sure you've seen that all the time. Those are the 3 ads that shows at the very top of Google or Bing. And it has this little word that says ad, you pay for that. The way you pay for that is you pay when somebody clicks on them. Right? If nobody's clicking, you basically not paying for that. So you create pay-per-click campaigns, and that really helps. I have a lot of businesses doing that when they search for their keywords or something, at least that pretty much guarantees that it's going to get the first page. It's not always always there, because again, they're only put 3 or 4 Google right now, and there's many people competing for that spot. So how do you get there? Well, you have to bid higher, maybe putting more money into it. You have to improve your website, because Google says that it doesn't matter how much money you're betting, but if the content is not relevant to the search, they're not going to put it over there. Internet advertising, there's many ways to do this. You through video to remarketing campaigns that are really effective. That's when somebody visits your website, they leave your website, then you start seeing ads about this person. When you go to Amazon, does it all the time. Go to Amazon, search for a product. That thing is gonna follow you on social media everywhere. It's just a reminder you, hey, you look for this. I know you want it. Come on, click on it. That's remarketing. And YouTube video advertising. That's also huge right now. Sometimes a consumer is a little bit annoying. You're watching a video and then you get past, and there's a video in the middle. Or every time you're playing videos, there's this 30-second commercial video at the beginning, But it's one way to get there, to be there. How that works with YouTube video advertising. So it really depends on your goals. What do you want to do? If you want to generate leads, if you want to drive traffic to your website, if you want to just create brand awareness. The ways you get paid, or you have to pay for, is against a bidding process, but all bidding process, and once you get there, you only pay when people don't skip that one. So there's the skip board. How you see a 3-4 seconds and you click skip, you're not being charged for that. But if you watch more, if you want the full video, then Google's gonna charge you. That's one way. There's different, right? If you just want to build brand awareness, there's this, it has to be less than 30-second commercials, and it doesn't have the skip. Many times these are played in between the video. When you're watching a video and you get paused and there's this commercial, you cannot skip those. You have to wait, right? On those when you pay more for that, but you're guaranteeing that whoever is watching that video, your video is gonna play. The other bit that you can do is you pay per 1,000 impressions. So every 1,000 times that video is being viewed, you pay for that. So there's several components that, depending on your goals, you have to choose the right campaign to do that.
I just wanted to say, we had a company overview we did for a client, and this is one of the reasons I like to partner with someone like Edwin, because we did that video, we handed it off to them, and then the next thing we know, it shows up on YouTube, which is great, but it was a company overview video, which was like 2 minutes long or something like that. It wasn't intended to be like a commercial, didn't have the call to action. Like, I just felt like they really wasted their money on, and a lot of people wouldn't watch all the way through that thing because it wasn't meant for that. So I just want to say, like, it's important to be clear on what the purpose of your video is, and if you do want to use something for YouTube, just make sure that you ask to have it edited so it's used for something like that.
You can take longer videos and cut them down and make them,
Yeah.
like little snippets and outtakes and all kinds of
Yeah, like even the TV show, we make commercials out of the TV show. We can, once we have that footage, you can repurpose it in a lot of ways.
And video, video that sticks in your head. Really, a good well-crafted, well-developed video is going to stay in your head, and that's why, you see, video has existed forever. It's not something new. It's new in the online venue, but TV video has always been there. And it used to be very expensive. You can really communicate your message right now in video for a lot less than it used to be before. And you know that TV commercials are, especially when you choose prime time and stuff like that. We do also do photography. Kind of hard to see those, if you turn around you can see them. I love architectural photography and real estate photography. One of the reasons I like that, like I said before, because I don't have to deal with anybody. I just go there, set up my camera, nobody's around. Just make sure the place looks good, Whereas on a wedding photography, I always say this, you are like, do this, do that, post, change, fix your hair. I can do that. But really having good quality pictures on your website, on your whatever campaign you're doing. If you on your listings, having good quality pictures is gonna make a whole difference. Every picture we do, we take the time after. It's not just go set up the camera, take the picture, here you go. No, there's still a post-production process where we clean it up, any distractions, stuff like that. You don't want to also, add stuff that are not there, like taking pictures in the middle of the winter and then the trees are all dry, but you add fake grass to it. No, you have to be smart on what you do. You want to, but there's some distractions that you can remove. I always do that, like maybe the wall has some stains or stuff like that. Clean that up. Cables that shouldn't be there, you clean those up. So that's what we do on all of these, architectural photography. That's a very nice picture on your left there. That we had to wait for the right moment on that one just to make sure the sun is down, get all the lights up, landscaping is nice, and everything. So this is one of those examples that I actually just did last week. That's a custom home photo that one of my clients built. Very nice, but we were thinking, we always like to take pictures, when everything is green and nice. But if we wait on this one for the summer, those trees are not gonna let us see the house. So you might be feeling overwhelmed with all you have to manage, social media, website, videos, this and that. But that's why we are here. We just want to help you to succeed,
We'll do photographs or video, but it just depends on what really matters is just getting the content you need. So our websites are on the bottom there if you want to check them out. We have some business cards here. So give us a call and we'll give you a good estimate. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.